The benching is somewhat unfair considering he just had one bad game. I understand that he's a veteran, but it just seems more of the Giants are horny to see Jackson Dart. Like, let's just be real. They just
Yeah,
want to see it so bad.
it's the fan base.
They just want to see any excuse. Oh,
Yeah.
Russ is too big. See ya, get the hell out of here. We gave you a chance.
Speaking of the Giants, speaking of Jackson Dart, James, that's exactly who you guys are going to be facing in week 4 of the 2025 NFL season. So let us know, what are your thoughts on this game? What are your projections? And do you believe leaving week 4, you guys are going to be 4-0?
I definitely feel like we'll go 4-0. I mean, if you look at the schedule ahead for the Chargers at this point, things are getting actually a little bit easier at this point. We're not playing the division for months now at this point. And I think we got a great shot to go 4-0 right now. Go on a run from that point and just keep winning, man. I mean, Jim Harbaugh talks a lot about the most important game's the next game at this point. Don't blow up the win that you just had against the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Raiders. Don't talk too much about it. The next most important game is the next game. And interesting thing about this game, when they talked about the whole Jackson Dart, possibly being the starter, it sounds like he's going to officially be the starter. I mean, it's kind of tough to go up against a good defense, and a rookie to basically go up against the Chargers defense is probably not going to give you that great of a showing, but also it has that mystery side of it that we don't know what to expect from Jackson Dart. So there's that side that I kind of feel a little bit like a little uneasy that he's going to go out there, but I think our defense might harass him in this one too. I mean, I think the Chiefs did a great job against playing just kind of a tough game against the Giants. I mean, you don't have to blow out a team to basically make it feel like it's a good win. Getting a nice solid win, field goal to walk off the game feels great too, guys. So I'll take a 3-point win or 1-point win any day. But bottom line, I'm feeling good going into this one. It's a West Coast team going to an East Coast team. Sometimes that throws things off a little bit because it's 10 a.m. for Pacific Standard Time. But hey, I'm ready for it. I think we could go out there and blow out to the Giants. I think this will be a statement win for the Chargers for sure.
Simone, let's kick this one off to you. Do you also think the Chargers will be 4-0?
I think this is going to be a competitive one. I think Jackson Dart, they got enough weapons over there to kind of keep it close. Of course, I would love to see the Giants win this one just because I'm a Charger hater, but I feel like the Chargers definitely got this one in the bag because they just have too much. And right now they're riding off of a high. A lot of things are clicking for them. And yeah, I think even over there in New York, the Chargers could get this W.
Ryan, let's go down to you. You also going to make it 3 out of 3 Chargers?
No, I'm going to take the Giants for the fact that there's no tape on Jackson Dart. And I saw some holes in the Chargers defense last week that Denver exploited that I think the Giants are going to be able to take advantage of. I think it's just mostly going to be there's no tape on Dart, so you don't really know what they're going to do. They may completely just take advantage of him because the Chargers do have a very good defense, but you never know when you don't know a guy's tendencies. A rookie like this, the Chargers do have a very good defensive coordinator as well. They could overwhelm him. Ultimately, it may just be the Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors show, and he's just going to throw up lucky balls to him. I don't think it's going to be a clean win. I think it's going to be more of, damn, how the hell did the Giants just win that? Those were some crazy plays.
Marcus, are you also going to take the hot hand here and pick the Giants, or are you like, oh, hell no, Chargers are 4-0?
I do think the spread is kind of fishy. Chargers only a 6-point favorite in this one. 93% of the money is on the Chargers in this one. I am going to go Chargers, but I do think the Giants cover the spread in this game. I think that defensive line, that pass rush, I mean, you saw what the Broncos pass rush did to the Chargers last week, and this is also pretty dang good pass rush with the Giants. But yeah, like Ryan said, there's really no film on Dart yet, so that'll also be a problematic. But I do think Chargers win an ugly game. I don't see this being a high-scoring game at all.
Chargers win an ugly game. So we got 3 out of 4 guys on the panel taking the Chargers. And then, of course, we got Ryan picking the Giants. Samoan, you guys are going to be playing the Bears for week 4. Bears haven't exactly been the team that everybody projected them to be early on. Is this a get-right game for you guys?
Definitely, this is a must-win game for the Raiders. Of course, we're coming back home after a horrible, horrible loss, and I thought last week we could have bounced back in a better way. But with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson coming over here and just seeing how they look, especially that offense, I know that he went off, but I have a lot of confidence in my defense to at least keep the game somewhat close. But I just don't know how confident I am in the Raiders' offense, just purely off of the offensive line, and that's why I got the Bears winning this one. Until the Raiders can do something or show or prove that they could be a lot better, or at least help the passing game and even the run game. I can't really put a lot on this team just yet to say that we're just going to win. So I'm going to just jot this as a loss for the Raiders.
And let's go down to Ryan. Ryan, do you also have the Bears winning this one?
No. I'm going to take the Raiders. Last week, I watched the Bears games at the same time, and a lot of what the Bears did, Ben Johnson, he was letting way too many tricks out of the bag, with some of these trick plays and the things that he was doing. It didn't look like a whole lot of consistent offense. It didn't really seem like the Bears, had an identity on offense of any kind, and Ben Johnson was just having to put some of these plays out there that he should be saving for more critical games, but he's just trying to get his team confidence right now. And I think this Raiders game, he's actually gonna try to run the offense, and Caleb's gonna be holding on to the ball for a long time, and Max Crosby's gonna probably eat him alive, in my opinion. And I also hope the Raiders do kind of get some of these Bears fans down to earth. But
hopefully.
I don't hate the Bears, just some of their fans annoy me. I do think they'll figure it out throughout the season. I mean, this is not NFC North Roundtable, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders. I'm gonna take the Raiders on this one.
Let's go to Marcus. Marcus, you taking the Raiders or the Bears?
I'll take the Raiders in this one. I think there's an extreme overreaction in what the Bears did last week against the Cowboys, and I just think that I don't think the Raiders are as bad as they showed last week. And also, I mean, Carroll's going to have those guys ready after getting shellacked like they did in Washington last week. So I do think there's going to be kind of an overcorrection this week. I think the Raiders win. 1.5-point dog at home. It looks like 75% of the money is on the Bears in this game, but I'm going to go Raiders to win this game.
All right, so we got 2 Raiders. We got 1 Bears from Samoan James. Are you going to make this 3 out of 4? Or are you going to make it an even split?
Man, I don't know. I'm with Marcus on this one. I really don't know where to go with this one at all, by any means. It's 2 teams trying to figure itself out. And if you go and look at what Ben Johnson did with the Lions, you kind of hope that you're going to get that Lions magic over there. And I mean, going back to what Ryan was saying, that's kind of what they did with the Lions. They kind of had these trick plays all the time. They tried all these weird little gadget plays, and it worked out really well for them. And that's kind of what Ben Johnson does. Now, Jared Goff, and I know we're in a totally different conversation on this one. Jared Goff wasn't that good of a quarterback, in my opinion. Ben Johnson, I think, got him right. That's where my whole thing with this is thinking, well, Bears, I think, do have a little bit better of weapons. If Caleb Williams could be that guy and be maybe just as good as Jared Goff, I think the Bears will find a way to get this win out of it. Now, the X factor is coaching and experience. I think that's the thing that could favor the Raiders mostly in this one with Pete Carroll, but I'm going to pick the Bears on this one. I feel like they're just kind of going in with a little momentum at this point.
I forgot to mention that the Bears have an awful D-line, so this may be a good opportunity for the Raiders O-line to actually be able to push around a little bit, and may see a big game from Genty. So,
absolutely.
Ryan, you guys got the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, without Joe Burrow, obviously didn't play as well as some people were projecting that they were going to last week. Is this an opportunity for you guys to get back on track?
For everyone on Monday night, sorry to everyone that they have to watch this on Monday night. I wish no one had to watch this game and it's just a noon game. It would have been cool if Joe Burrow was playing, but he's not. So it's just going to be, we're going to beat the Bengals. I think this is a get-right game, but it's still, in my eyes, in terms of like moral victories, it's like a quarter of a get-right game because we better beat them very handedly. And if we show any signs of the offense not looking that great, the defense letting some things up, even though the defense has been solid, they really haven't been that much of an issue. There's going to be some question marks, but ultimately this game, I'm just looking to see pass game. You guys got to get something going. You have to have some sort of chemistry, just some consistency. You showed good signs against Indy the other week. And then just complete opposite. They're just going from one side to the other on the pendulum and, just fall in the middle, create an identity, get that run game going. And I'm taking the Broncos for this one, and I'll take them by like at least 10 points or so.
Marcus, are you also going to take the Broncos for a bounce back game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it might be more. It's going to be more than 10 points. Browning looks horrible. The offensive line is trash. I think I read a stat earlier that Browning has 5 interceptions on 59 attempts, which is like the 30th least amount of pass attempts on the season. So 5 and 59 passing attempts. That's really bad. What the Broncos did against the Chargers, you're going to see that even more so. I think he might break the all-time single game sack record. That's how bad the Bengals offensive line is. So yeah, I take the Broncos big time on Monday night.
James, you going to make this one 3 out of 3?
Yep. It's got to be the Broncos. They got to win this one, man. I mean, if they do come out with an L on this one, it is red alert time for the Broncos at that point.
Hit the nuclear button.
Yep. Call it a day, dude. This is it. But Jake Browning, I don't appreciate you by any means. I put you in my fantasy. I trust in you for 1 week, and it did not go well.
What?
Terrible. I got this fantasy team that's absolutely everybody's injured on it, and it's terrible. So I was hoping for the best from him, but bottom line, yeah, I mean, Denver's going to go out there. They're going to manhandle them. I mean, the amount of pressure the Broncos bring, the Bengals aren't going to figure it out. They're just going to get destroyed in this one. So, yep. Broncos it is.
Decision by James in fantasy last week. Hopefully doesn't make any of those moving forward for him. But Samoan, moving on to you to wrap us up here. Are you also
he's gonna try to be
to
different?
Denver.
He's going to try to be different.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just stay the same, man. I'm gonna go for the Broncos. I think that's just the easy thing. They had a rough past 2 weeks, though. Rough past 2 weeks, and last week was more of them, like you said, biting themselves in the ass, basically. So hopefully, hopefully, as long as they can execute on a lot of those offensive plays, I feel like the defense is gonna be just fine, especially against a backup quarterback. And I can see the Broncos winning this one for sure.
Brett Rippon might come in during the game. A little revenge game for Brett Rippon if they bench Brown.
Wow.
Oh, well, if he goes in, then that's a different.
Hey, what would you do, James? He goes off. He dominates in fantasy then, and it's like, all right, well, the backup to the backup. Okay, yeah, he's the one that succeeds. But
we know Brett Rippon, man. He was a Bronco.
He was.
He was a Bronco,
Revenge game, baby.
Marcus, what are your thoughts on this game? Because obviously the Chiefs haven't looked like the Chiefs so far this season. First one against the Giants last week. Real test here now against the Ravens. What are your thoughts?
Last night's game, I was very concerned about the Ravens coming to town. That I saw them just get dominated by Detroit. Detroit could do whatever they wanted against them last night. So my feeling changed on this game. I think the Chiefs win. We opened up as a 3-point dog at home. Mahomes is 5-1 against Lamar all time. But the big story is the Ravens defense, giving up 32 points per game, ranks 31st in the league. Only one team worse. Their run defense is a mess, allowing 150 yards per game, which I think is like third last. Third down, the opponents are converting about 45% against them. They just can't get off the field. Red zone woes, giving up a touchdown 80% of the time so far this season. And that's big because we're awful in the red zone this year. So that's huge. But the big thing is it's glaring. Only 3 sacks in the season for the Ravens. This is just kind of abnormal for them to not get the passer, to not create turnovers. Only the Titans and Panthers have fewer amount of sacks in the season. But if Xavier Worthy plays, which hopefully he will play, in his debut last year, he had 2 touchdowns against the Ravens. So I'm hopeful we'll see Xavier Worthy. And with Xavier Worthy, Taquan Thornton, Juju, Hollywood Brown revenge game against the Ravens, I could see us winning this one. So yeah, I'll take the Chiefs at home as an underdog.
James, let's go on up to you from an unbiased perspective here in the AFC West. Who are you going to take?
I want to see the Ravens win. Let's keep pushing them Chiefs down. I think everybody on this podcast right now, let's keep them down there. 1-3. Let's get them to 1-3, and then they have to play the Lions from that point. But to Marcus's point, though, it is wild to see what's happening with the Ravens and their defense. I mean, they are ranked 32nd in league, 415 yards that they are having as a total offense against them. Or their defense is just getting cooked right now at this point. 32 points a game is what they're giving up right now. It is tough. Now, I'm going to say that the Chiefs don't really have the best offense right now. I feel like they're still trying to figure it out. And I feel like the last couple of years it's been that way, but they figure it out in the game. It's going to be 2 teams, 1-2. They got to figure it out. This is the figure out game and see if they can really try to catapult their season from this point. So I have a little bit of a struggle on this one, but I think based upon momentum wise, I'm going to probably choose the Chiefs, unfortunately, to win this one. Just think the Ravens are just not playing well at all, period.
Simone, let's go on over to you. Do you also think the Chiefs will win this one?
Well, I definitely think that this is going to be another big battle for both teams. I know both teams have their own struggles. I'm really surprised with the Ravens this year, how they've been playing, but I feel like it's going to come down to the turnover battle and how well, Patrick Mahomes and the offense looks against the Ravens in their defense. Overall, I guess I'm just going to go with the Ravens in this one. That's just how I'm feeling right now, but the Ravens over the Chiefs this week.
First change up here. He's going to be the first one to take the Ravens. Ryan, let's go down to you. Are you going to also take the in-division rivals here, or you going to take the Ravens?
I don't think it's going to get to that. I don't have faith in the Ravens to really ever beat the Chiefs. I've tried putting faith in them before and they always fail me. So I will never, ever, ever put faith in you, Lamar Jackson, ever again. Ever again. You never rise up against the Chiefs. So, yeah, it's in Arrowhead as well. And Baltimore has their issues, and especially if Hollywood Brown comes back, it's going to be the Chiefs. I think this is typically around the time when they're going to start to get things going. Things are going to start to look a little better. They got that win under their belt now, so got a little bit of that confidence. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm taking the Chiefs on this one. I'll probably put money on them too because they always win me money.
That is going to wrap it up for today's episode of the AFC West Roundtable, recapping everything that happened in Week 3 and, of course, previewing Week 4.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network.